Hello Cancer, welcome in. This is a general reading for Cancer. Because it's general, not everything may resonate, but just take what does and leave the rest behind. This is a timeless reading as well. This is not date specific. I trust if you've come across it, that's when it's meant for you. So I've drawn 3 cards from the Oracle decks, from the Kuan Yin, the Starseed, and the Animal Spirit deck. And from the Kuan Yin deck, you got the Tao here. And the Tao speaks to a higher level of spiritual classroom that you're kind of being initiated in or being asked, being called up for. And it is one where it's like it involves flexibility, most of all. It involves flexibility. It's allowing for things and being flexible in the midst of something that may be complex or simple, but allowing that flexibility, because if we're trying to control something, it's really coming from a really limited perspective. And when you step back and you be flexible and allow things to kind of play out as they will, it's amazing. It's absolutely amazing what can take form and take shape and just kind of act as a catalyst to move us and pull us into realms we never thought possible. So that's the message of the Tao, is to remain flexible and release, go about your business, keep the framework in place, but just don't be over controlling. Allow some flexibility into your world for whoever I'm speaking to. With the Starseed Oracle, we got, you're not for everyone. One of my favorite phrases. This is about, your true north, kind of facing your true north and embracing your weirdness. Not everyone is going to like you. And there's others who are going to love you and embrace you fiercely. So those are your people, not the other people. So that's, to me, it's a very simple message of recognizing that, and don't feel bad if people don't like you. There's almost 8 billion people in the world, and no, not everyone's going to appreciate you and like you. And then there's going to be so many that do. So just stick with those people. That's what that's saying. And then we have the Nightingale for your animal spirit. And the Nightingale, of course, is about song, but anything that you do in composing or writing or singing is Nightingale kind of energy. It's the connection and the bridge between your heart and your voice, your throat. And opening that up is opening it up to the divine. So the call here, no pun intended, I guess, the call here is to, is there something here? Is there something you need to speak up about? Is there something you need to say to someone? If there is, communicate that, vocalize that with freedom in your voice. Even if it cracks, is what they say. Even if it cracks, just open up and freely offer it. But do offer it with kindness. Always offer it with kindness, depending on what it is. If you really have something you need to say, that's conjuring up the idea that it can be a difficult thing to say. So however you approach it with an open-throated, open voice, open heart, coming through your heart, and do it with kindness. So that's your messages today. So we're going to move on to your reading here, Cancer. And I've already meditated and shuffled your cards quite a bit, so we'll just move ahead and see what's happening for Cancer. Okay. See what's going on here. Underlying energy, we have the Queen of Wands. Well, that's a beautiful place to be, Cancer. That's confidence and well-directed, a visionary kind of energy there. We have the 10 of Wands and the 9 of Wands and the 5 of Wands. Wow. And this may have something to do with a relationship or choice they're in, because we have the Lovers card coming underneath as well as the Hanged Man. So you have some kind of relationship, perhaps, that you're making a choice over. It needs perspective. There's arguments around this. It's a heavier burden. It seems to be that that you have a particular line of sight that you want achieved here, and I'm not sure that it's coming to fruition or not. But let's move into the reading and find out. I'll lay all these out and then we'll come back and clarify. So we have the Queen of Wands, that's likely you right there, Cancer. Wow, there's the Three of Swords and the Four of Cups, the Ace of Swords, the Eight of Cups, right in the heart of your reading, the Seven of Cups, the Seven of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Devil. Wow, that's potent energy. So we definitely have some devil energy there. That's obsessing, and this could be a decision to walk away. I see that you're faced with that. If not already, you seem to have experienced some pain. Someone's experienced pain here. It's caused them to look back, maybe trying to figure it out. There's a defensiveness present. So we'll have to clarify and figure out what's going on here for you, Cancer. Let's clarify. Let's move right to that Three of Swords. Clarifying the Three of Swords. Wow, with the Three of Swords. That's a double confirmation. That just doesn't happen with the Three of Swords very often. Clarifying the Three of Swords for Cancer. One more. Okay, got two more. So we have the Ace of Wands, the Wheel of Fortune, the Lover's card, and then the Three of Swords. Clarifying the Three of Swords for you, Cancer. Three of Swords is heartache, pain, you know, all painful things. Sometimes it can be pointing to health as well. The Wheel of Fortune card is good to see here because it seems that no matter where you are, if the cycle of this hasn't shifted already, then it soon will be. This seems to be a choice. You have the Lover's card. Where's the Lover's card came up here in your underlying energy. I'm not sure that you've actually made that decision, moved in that direction, but there's, you know, a loving relationship here that is in question. And perhaps that's what's, you know, someone who's experienced, you know, you have the double whammy with the Three of Swords here. And you have a beginning here, you know, that seems to have represented an ending, and you have here a passionate new start with the Ace of Wands. So we'll have to further clarify just to figure that out. There's definitely, you know, whatever this is, it's created a defensiveness that's showing up twice here. It's very heavy burden. Very heavy burden. We have here the Hierophant that may be pointing to a marriage. Let's clarify the Four of Cups here for you. Clarifying the Four of Cups for you, Cancer. Clarifying the Four of Cups. So we have the Magician, the World card, wow, and the Queen of Wands has appeared again to clarify the Four of Cups. And the Four of Cups is about feeling kind of bored, feeling listless, looking back at the past. Absolutely, absolutely looking back at the past. And she's looking straight toward those Three of Swords. So there could be that you're mired in that lingering pain that we all experience, or there is really a health condition here that's kind of, it's over, but it has some long-term effects or something. But I feel like you're closing that out. That is more of a past kind of energy. You seem to be closing out whatever the cause or the effect of all of that was. You've manifested a brand new beginning. And you have here the Queen of Wands, and I really even though it's a fire sign, I really feel like that's you. Or it could be a fire sign, an Aries, Leo, or Sag, but I do sense that it's you. It's appeared here twice. So this is someone who is has an entrepreneurial kind of spirit to them. They don't have to own a business, just has that willingness to look at things that haven't been created yet and create them. It's a highly creative person. Visionary, looking way ahead, forging a path, So your new beginning, whether it's with or without partnership here, is, I feel like for some of you, it's well on its way. We have the Five of Wands here, again, pointing to the underlying energy here has the Five of Wands as well. There's arguments, there's headbutting, there's people interfering. People are interfering in this, on this path for you. Let's clarify the Seven of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Cups. Clarifying the Seven of Cups. So you have the Two of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the King of Swords coming out to clarify the Seven of Cups. And the Seven of Cups is all about choices, sometimes to the point of confusion. And I think you're blocked from being able to make a choice about a person, place, or thing. And you're kind of waffling, you keep going back and forth and up and down, not really committing yourself to any answer. And the King of Swords is here to talk about, what is true for you is what you need to choose. You need to keep your emotions out of it and look at your life as a whole and understand your place in it and what's the truth of the matter. At the end of the day, kind of input. This is the card of Aquarius. We have here Capricorn, Scorpio, Cancer is here, of course. We have Virgo and Aries, and Gemini and Pisces so far. So the King of Swords, the King of Swords is, it can be the lawyer of the deck. I'm not sure unless we get the Justice card out here. It can be a lawyer in that they keep their emotions out of it. They're just rationally thinking, from a logical point of view, what's going to be best for you is what I keep getting there. You seem to be blocking your heart, trying to protect it. And that means that it's not connected to your head, and that's where the Nightingale speaks openly and freely, is by opening the bridge between the heart and the voice. So that's your indication right there, what the Nightingale was on about there. You have the Temperance card, the card of Sagittarius underneath here, and that's talking about moderation and temperance in this scenario. Let's move to the heart of your reading here, the Eight of Cups. Clarifying the Eight of Cups for Cancer. Clarifying the Eight of Cups. That Five of Wands. Wow. The Eight of Cups. Clarifying the Eight of Cups. So we have the Queen of Swords, the Ten of Cups, and the Five of Wands. It's come up again to clarify the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups, as you can see here, clearly this person is walking away. So you're walking toward your wish fulfillment, your Ten of Cups. So clearly you've made some sort of decision internally, or you've already acted on it, to move away from the conflict, to figure out what your truth is. Even though you've had some wounding, you are being discerning, and you know that this isn't good for you or healthy for you or whatever it is. And the arguments and the bashing, or whoever's interfering in here, however that looks for you, you're walking away. You're definitely walking away toward wish fulfillment, toward things that you know are going to be much better for you. And that's a very healthy thing to do. So there's the conflict right there. You feel like you've been taken advantage of, is what I sense there. So let's, and you have a brand new beginning in truth for this action to do that. So you have the King and the Queen that showed up here, as well as the Ace of Swords. And so this is clear that you've come to some truth, some epiphany truth, where you're very, very clear, and that's so helpful. And again, I feel drawn again back to the Starseed Oracle that talked about, you're not for everyone. So it seems that you're getting to a point, if you aren't already, where you're accepting the fact, like, okay, well, this isn't working. And this person doesn't really like the way I do so many things, or the way I'm approaching life, or a situational thing. And you're moving on from it, because not everyone can like you. You've kind of stopped bashing your head up against the wall, as they say, the proverbial wall. So yeah, that's such a positive thing, because there's just so much opportunity and people out there for you if this person isn't. But we're not finished the reading yet. Let's move to the Seven of Wands. Okay, wow, there's a bunch of, that's too many. Okay. Did see the Emperor there. I will mention that. That's all about control. Oh, there's the Five of Swords again. And the Tao card spoke to about releasing control and being flexible. So, clarifying the Seven of Wands. Okay. Wow. Yeah, you've seen it, haven't you, Cancer? You have the Seven of Swords and the Five of Swords. You have the Hermit and the Queen of Pentacles. It's very clear what's going on there. And this is clarifying the Seven of Wands, a card of defensiveness, creating a bubble around you of protection for whatever reasons. Resistant to whatever it is. So you have here the Five of Swords and the Seven of Swords. These cards talk about control. They talk about, someone taking advantage of someone else. Manipulation, deception, that kind of a thing. So this is clearly going on, or has gone on for you. And whether this was a loved one or someone at work, there's been deception here. It can be the other way around too. I have to always mention that. But regardless of that, there's someone here who is feeling, rightly so, defensive and resistant to proceeding, to giving it up, to whatever it is. There's a resistance here to recognizing their part in it. The Hermit, I say that because the Hermit card asks for introspection. Introspection includes us looking at our part. It includes us getting off by ourselves so we can really detach from the circumstances that are going on and get ourselves some perspective. I'm always saying, and everybody probably gets sick of me saying this, but you go to get in your car or take a walk or somewhere where you can get a little bit of a vista, where you can see the horizon line. That's so helpful, and take some nice deep breaths, and don't listen to anything if possible, or just listen to something that's really soothing for you. But just take in whatever the circumstances are and try to find out where you are. Look for your inner authority. Look for your voice. Look for your part in it, what part you've played, so that you're really clear about that. Being clear about your part that you've played in any scenario, especially one that involves pain and heartache like this, it's invaluable, because when you use your voice and speak freely to another, you're speaking from your authenticity. You're speaking from the truth. The King and Queen and Ace of Swords here, talking about finding your truth. That's what the Hermit work will give you. It's looking into that shadowy part that we don't tend to want to look, understandably so. And then you have the Queen here of Pentacles, and that speaks to feeling more stable once you do that, and more comfortable with yourself. And it's about self-care. And part of that journey to go into the Hermit mode, to discover what your truth is, open up your, getting yourself ready to open up your throat chakra, is going to help you with self-care. We have the Four of Wands underneath here. This could be, about a union, about the happy home. It's something around that, okay? And I'm drawn here back to the Hanged Man that's asking for the same thing. It's asking here for you to take a look and get some perspective on this union. This is a soulmate level connection here. Yeah, and we have the card of Capricorn. Did I do this already? Yeah, I did this already. Never mind. Don't think. Oh, we have Virgo that was added to the mix here. Virgo and Aquarius, Libra. I'll do it. Scorpio, the Capricorn. We have Virgo and Aries. We have, yeah, I think that's it. And then, of course, all the elements are represented here. So let's move on. Oh, and Gemini. We have lovers twice, Gemini. So, High Priestess. Let's clarify the High Priestess for Cancer. Whoops. Okay. Clarifying the High Priestess. Okay, so you have the Four of Swords, the Ace of Cups, and the Eight of Swords to clarify the High Priestess. High Priestess is about your inner guidance. It's about going up on that hillside and getting some perspective. Absolutely. It's also about keeping secrets. So there may be a subtle aspect here about keeping secrets for some of you. There could be why there's a feeling of stuckness for some of you. There could be a stuckness because there's a secret that you yourself need to kind of clarify how to move through that. If you're keeping secrets, that's a burden that is very uncomfortable. So that's maybe for someone here, but you're definitely feeling stuck. You're definitely feeling stuck. And this is, you have the Ace of Cups here. Talk about that for a second. The Ace of Cups. Yes, it's about the love for another, but it can also be about self-love. And I feel like this card of healing with the Four of Swords is exactly about that. It's about going within and getting a different perspective on the other, but also looking internally and revisiting the love for self, opening up your heart to yourself first before others, and kind of remembering who you are. That level of healing needs to take place, is what I'm getting strongly there. And with that, excuse me, with that comes the possibility for union with another. It could be union with another as in, there could be forgiveness involved. There could be anything like that. I'm not saying that there is, but the union with self will bring about, once you satisfy that piece of the puzzle, then you can look at the love for another, which the Ace of Cups alludes to. Love for another, beautiful love for another. And you have the Lover's card here twice. So, and there's the High Priestess right there that we were just clarifying. Definitely about guidance, inner guidance, and doing that soul searching that really needed. If you have a busy life, just do whatever you can, whenever you can to get there. And yeah. So let's clarify the Devil. Clarifying the Devil for Cancer. Okay. Clarifying the Devil for Cancer. Okay, wow, beautiful. Beautiful. There's the Ace of Swords underneath here, like twice, another repeat. We have the King of Pentacles, we have the Six of Wands, and we have the King of Cups. So we have two kings coming out here. So this could be about two people, but I'm feeling like the King, and this is to clarify the Devil, and I'm feeling like the King of Cups is here to talk about sort of the rejoiced love that you have revisited within yourself. And because that's you, it's Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. I mean, it could be another water sign, but I'm feeling like that's you kind of back in touch with your emotions, back in control of your emotions, very victorious in that, feeling solid again, feeling solid again. The devil itself, it's really can be a very positive card. Everybody damns the devil, which I understand, but it's a question of things happening in your world that bring you to the point, or sometimes to your knees, and you're kind of forced to go in and look at your part and the shadow side of yourself. And that is so healing, because once you recognize it, you can rectify it. Or once you recognize it, sometimes it just is enough to forgive yourself, or to step into the flexibility and go, okay, well, I wasn't really perfect in this situation, and I can be more flexible. It allows you to kind of see your way out and through, because it's a valuable thing. The devil's lesson is very valuable. It's all about karma. And you have here, stability. I see success here. You're successfully moving to a stable place, one where you're emotionally available again. And you've opened back up, hopefully, with the nightingale kind of energy, where you bridge, as I say, you're bridging your heart with your voice. So I hope that's helpful, Cancer. If you enjoyed this reading, please do like, share, or subscribe. That's very helpful. Leave a comment if you would. That's very helpful as well. Let me know if you resonated with this reading. And I look forward to seeing you again next time, Cancer. And until then, do take care. Bye.